welcome to today's video. This is my second video for the day. I actually had to bring back my decorations and get rid of the Halloween stuff that you saw in my other video that I posted a few days ago, because when this video is up, it is no longer going to be Halloween, so all of my little pumpkin-y things had to go. And so of course I brought back my normal decorations, and I have little rabbits like this just kind of randomly scattered throughout my house. If you're new to my channel, then you probably don't know that I have rabbits and dogs, and I absolutely love them. They're so incredible and amazing. And so they've inspired a lot of like my little rabbit decor throughout the house. And it's not cheesy. I'm not like the crazy cat lady with rabbits. But you know, I do have a fair amount of little rabbit figurines just randomly around the house. I think they're really cute and just a little something. And this is so precious, isn't it? It's so cute. It's got the gold ears, which doesn't really match my silver studded chairs, but there is gold on my dining table, so I kind of tied it in somehow. Anyway, so we're doing empties today. I mentioned this in a few videos back that I have a bunch of little mini size empties that I wanted to share with you guys, and I did do a massive cleaning in my bathroom recently, reorganized underneath the sink, and I told myself I have got to do this video and get rid of this because I've been holding on to these little jars and holding on to trash for some time. Now, there's a couple of full-size items that I kind of threw in here just so that I can kind of do a more well-rounded empties type of video. I do have two items that I forgot to keep. Aveeno lotion, which I always use, and I told you guys about that. And the Suavecito hair pomade, which is what I use in my son's hair, and that's the only thing my husband uses as well. So you can get those online. We get them through the barber. I think Sally Beauty Supply also carries Suavecito. So those two things I do not have to show you, but those would have been included had I kept the packaging. So we're just going to dive in. And the first one that I'm going to pick is the CeraVe Hydrating Face Cleanser. I am completely out of this, and I just use this pretty much every single day. I alternate between this cleanser and the Tatcha Deep Cleanse. And if I'm going to use my Clarisonic, I will use this cleanser because the Tatcha one has like soft kind of little particles. Down, girl. That's my dog trying to get up here. Has like some little scrubby bits in there. I forget what the ingredient is that they use in their cleanser, so that helps exfoliate. So I don't use that with my Clarisonic. I'll use something hydrating or a cream cleanser. And this one is good. It's for normal to dry skin. My skin is a little bit on the drier side. It's a little bit more pricey than your typical drugstore cleanser, but it is a brand that's recommended by dermatologists. Every dermatologist I've ever visited has said CeraVe or Cetaphil. Those are the only two brands that they recommend. The last one I saw said those two brands and Neutrogena, so if you're kind of curious what they would recommend, this is typically what you will find most doctors recommending because it's pretty straightforward. Has no fragrance in it, which does cause a lot of skin irritation, so I do enjoy that, and I've gone through many of those over the years. The next thing is my cocoa butter, the Palmer's cocoa butter. This is a 3.5 ounce tub. I am completely out. I use this every single day, especially on my legs after I shave, because I do have sensitive skin on my legs, and every time I shave I do feel irritations. Even if I put a brand new blade, even if I use certain types of shaving creams that are designed for sensitive skin, fragrance-free ones, it still causes irritation. So it is what it is, but it's okay because once I get out the shower, I put some of this on or something super thick like this, and it does help alleviate any irritation that I have, and it makes me, you know, feel comfortable like in my legs. Because sometimes if you've ever had razor burn, that is very uncomfortable. And I always have a jar of this. You can get the one that comes with a pump. I like this one because I feel like it's thicker, it's richer. The next thing is the May Love the Glow Maker Antioxidant Serum. This is not an empties. I still have maybe a quart of it left, and the reason why it's in this video is because it's already oxidized. And I will show you, it is very yellow, and when I first bought this, it was clear. And that's the thing with vitamin C serums. After a certain amount of months of being open, it goes from being clear, which it should be to begin with, if it's a good quality, and it just progressively gets darker and darker until it turns an amber color. And then, of course, at that point, it's no longer effective. But this is the brand called May Love, and there's some story behind it. I don't think that the creators of the brand are actually in skincare. I don't know if they're like IT people. I don't know. I have to look that up because I'm pretty sure I read something. But anyways, I have this, And I also ordered their cleansing oil, which is good. It removes makeup. Not my favorite, but I'm still going to finish it. And I do feel like this serum does make my skin really glowy and dewy. It's got ascorbic acid for vitamin C. It's got ferulic acid. It's got vitamin E, which all of those kind of housed together really do intensify the effectiveness of vitamin C. And it's really affordable. I think this was like 25 bucks, so really cheap. Being that it's so cheap, I'm not so concerned about throwing away a quarter of it. Had this been like SkinCeuticals, exactly the same amount, 1 ounce for $165, I'd be like, oh heck no, I'm still gonna put that sucker on my face, even if it's orange, because it's so expensive. But it's 25 bucks, and it was completely clear when I first purchased it. It's taken me a couple months, but eventually will turn. So that's gotta go. I do need to get myself a new one eventually, maybe, hopefully during the next VIB sale or at some point next month. Okay, so now for the minis. The Tatcha Deep Cleanse, I do like this one. I have a more deluxe size, not completely full size, but deluxe size, and I use this cleanser a couple times a week, especially on the nights that I have makeup on. I will take that off with a cleansing balm, which I will show you which one I use, and then go in with this or my Clarisonic and that hydrating cleanser. Really good, helps exfoliate the skin. If you have dry skin, you might want to only use this for a deep cleanse or a sort of detoxifying cleanser maybe once a week, because I do notice when I use this, my skin does feel a little bit tight, but not bad. I've definitely felt a lot worse, a lot more tightness and like an ashy look after using a cleanser, which is a definite no-go. But this, and I think it's just because of the seasonal changes here in Colorado and my skin is a little bit drier to begin with, and this is a clarifying product, so it's gonna make your skin feel a little dry, but not bad. Probably one of the best clarifying cleansers that I've used as far as making me feel clean, and then the feeling of the skin afterwards, because like I said, a lot of them do feel quite stripping, and that one isn't as bad. Okay, I have 2 of the Pharmacy Green Clean. I had gotten one in a kit from the Pharmacy brand that I bought from Sephora, and then this one came in a skincare favorite set, also from Sephora. It is a cleansing balm. It has like a light kind of minty green color to it, and it removes all of your makeup. It melts everything off, and I always do a double cleanse, which I've talked about before. Okay, so we are recording. I have a little panic moment. Anyways, so I do a cleansing balm to take all of my makeup off, strip everything out. I know that sounds kind of harsh, but it's not. It's very hydrating, honestly. You can use these to remove makeup, or if you're not wearing makeup, even just to remove and get rid of everything that's on the skin. I like cleansing balms because cleansing balms, they turn into like an oily consistency, and oil attracts oil and dirt. Whereas if you're using water to kind of melt off your makeup, it's not really breaking down oil, because water and oil don't mix. So cleansing balms are definitely one of the best ways to start off a good routine to get the best cleansed skin. So the cleansing balm, this is the Makeup Melt Away Cleansing Balm with Echinacea Green Envy. I think it's one of their proprietary kind of blends. And I will show you the packaging, so you can, if you're looking for this at Sephora, it says Green Clean, and then it says Pharmacy. There it is. And I've definitely used other cleansing oils that are more in liquid form, like the one from Tatcha, which I still have underneath my sink, and that works really well. It's just super expensive. I think it's much more expensive than this. I've used the cleansing balm, the Clinique one, to take the day off. I actually have one under my sink that I'm using right now because I'm out of these 2. And it works just the same. Takes everything off. It's a little cheaper, yeah, but I think I like the ingredients in the Pharmacy brand a little bit better than the Clinique ones. But it's up to you whether or not you want to try the Pharmacy brand or not. I would just suggest, if you wear makeup, to do a cleansing balm or cleansing oil. And even if you have breakouts or oily skin or acne prone skin, don't be afraid to use oils, because they can be a game changer. You just have to find the right one. So moving on. Speaking of oils, let's just go ahead and get into that. I have the Cora Organics, the Noni Glow Face Oil, and mine is completely empty, and I love this stuff. This brand was actually created by Miranda Kerr. She used to be, I think she still is a model, but I think she used to be Victoria's Secret Angels. And she came out with this, or I don't know if this is her brand or if she partnered up with this brand. I'm thinking this is her brand. And this is the mini one. I think it's like $20 some. It came in a kit, and I use 2 drops in the morning and 3 to 4 drops at night. And I really like it. It makes my skin feel really hydrated. It gives me a nice glow to my skin. And it says to warm a few drops in the palms of your hand, apply over face, neck, and décolleté, however you say that, after cleansing and before moisturizing. So I used to mix this into my moisturizer, but then I started putting this on first, then sealing it in with a thin amount of moisturizer before bed. And my skin feels really nice and comfortable, and I love the way oils make my skin feel. Very hydrated, very sort of plump and dewy. I am sad to say that I am empty. This is something that I would repurchase. Definitely. So far, everything that I've showed you, I would repurchase. There hasn't been a dud yet. All right, so the next one is the Tata Harper. This is the, what is this called? Regenerating Cleanser. And this actually came in like a little jar, which, by the way, this is glass. This could actually be something that you could wash and save, so when you travel, you can just transfer from your full size into this when you travel. Good idea. I might, ooh, this smells so good. Oh, did I get on my nose? I don't know why, but all of a sudden I smelled this and I just thought immediately of Fruity Pebbles. And it has, let me see if I can get the camera to focus. There's a tiny, tiny little bit left in there, but it has kind of like a soft apricot kind of color. And there are just very soft, gritty particles in it, so it does exfoliate, and I think that's the whole regenerating thing. You get rid of dead skin cells, and your skin feels more soft, more supple, and then all your other skincare can kind of sink in a little bit better, work better for you. I did like this. I didn't have any issues with it. I just feel like the size was a little small for the kit. Again, that's just me wanting more for my money. I wish it was a little bit more. It is a little bit pricey. Would I purchase this? Yeah, I would. Honestly, I don't see anything wrong with this. It made my skin feel really nice and soft, and I would use this twice a week. Oh, it smells so good, you guys. Like, really, really good. The next one is the Murad, the Nutrient Charged Water Gel. This I used once or twice, and I will no longer be using it. So I will show you what the color and the texture looks like. It's a pink jelly. Very different consistency. Focus camera, there it is. Whew. The smell of this, it smells like I'm actually taking a whiff of a perfume bottle. That is the level of intense fragrance that this has. This has a lot of fragrance in it, and I think when I looked up the ingredients, fragrance is pretty high up in the ingredient deck, so to me that's a no-go because this is potentially an irritant to some skin types. Some people can get by with fragrance and not have issues, and some, if they have it in their skincare, their skin reacts negatively. So you just have to kind of figure out if you're one of those individuals, but I wouldn't recommend this. I mean, I didn't feel like it was that miraculous anyways of a formula, but this is just way too strong that I wouldn't even put it on my face, so therefore I wouldn't even recommend it. And it's a shame because Murad is a line created by a dermatologist, so Murad, you should know better. This is just, whoa, I don't know what, no. That is a dud. I would not repurchase. I would never put that on my skin. It's very, very strong, and if you're kind of curious about it, I think it has pretty decent ratings on the Sephora website, and I think it also you can buy it through Ulta stores. Just take a whiff of it when you're at the next time in store and they sell Murad. Just take a whiff of it, and if it's not that bad for you, then and you want to try it because of the claims or the ingredients, go for it. But for me personally, I can't. No, can't do that. All right, so I've got two things. They're two moisturizers. The first one I'm going to show you is the Biossance. This is the Squalene and Probiotic Gel Moisturizer that hydrates, brightens, and balances skin. And my jar is completely empty. I think I already washed this, actually, because I plan on keeping this. I felt like this 10 ml jar was enough to really know if I liked it. I was using this, I started using this sample in July. I think this was one of the first ones out of the skincare set that I tried or started using. And I enjoyed it because my skin was in a different place at the time. It was hotter outside, and you know, my skin produces a little bit more oil during the summer than it does in the winter. And because it's a gel moisturizer, it's a little bit thin in consistency. It's not as rich and it's not whipped. It's kind of like a jelly, almost kind of like the texture or look of this Murad that I showed you that has that kind of jelly, kind of squishy look to it. That's what this is. That's the only way I can describe it. It's got a squishy look to it. But I do like that it has probiotics. Probiotics are good for the skin, and they're also good for internal health. And this is not the first time that I've used a skincare item or product with probiotics in it. I would purchase this again for use during the summertime or when my skin is starting to produce a lot of oil. But as far as right now, for the winter, I would definitely have to add an oil. So if I had like the Cora Organics, I would definitely mix these two together and feel like I'm getting a good hydrated feel to my skin right now because we're in the colder months here in Colorado. But this would be more for like a summertime. Just from my experience, I wouldn't be able to get by with just this in the winter. So I would repurchase it. I thought it was good. Made my skin feel really nice and soft. Worked great under makeup. But it's just now that my skin is changing a little bit, I need something just a little bit heavier. And my last one is the Herbivore Pink Cloud Rose Water Moisture Cream. This was a tiny little thing. I swear this was like 2 nights worth. 2 nights worth. So you just have to kind of be easy with it if you get a sample size like this because it's not a lot. It had a very faint pink color to it. It has a very distinctive rose scent because of the rose water, which doesn't bother me, and I don't mind it. And I just felt like I needed just a little bit more. Like this, again, would be more of like a spring and summer moisturizer for me, not so much in winter. So I feel like normal skin types can get by with this level of moisture. If you're oily, this may be good enough, or it might be a little bit heavy because it's not super thin, but it's not super, super thick. It's kind of like right in the middle. And I don't think it's super pricey. I could be wrong about that, but I just wish that the size was a little bit bigger. I mean, this tiny little thing, it's hard for me to say whether or not I would repurchase it because it was so, so small. I felt like maybe I got, you know, a good week's worth of using it day and night, and then that's it. So that one I'm kind of still on the fence by. That is it. I'm officially out of Empties at the moment to share with you. Of course, I'm going to start collecting all over again and keeping my little stash under my sink, and you'll be seeing another one of these sometime in the future in the next couple months. So let me know in the comment section what you thought about today's video, if you enjoyed some of these, if you have any recommendations for skincare. By all means, send your recommendations my way. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you get notified when new videos get posted here on the channel. You can also follow me on social media. I have Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. It's here on the screen. Hope to see you there, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.